Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Sarah and you've discovered Vanifestation. So a little bit about Vanifestation. It's all about me manifesting my way through life out of this system, out of the corporate machine, into freedom. So manifesting the life of my dreams, some might say. So yeah, I purchased a van back in January, a Ford Transit L3H2, so it's a long wheelbase and a medium roof. I am only 5'4", so I can stand comfortably in the van. So even with a lift up bed, which is what I'm planning on putting in there eventually. So yeah, this really is a channel that is going to be dedicated to my journey of probably going to be quite messy and chaotic. I'm not going to lie. You know, I've got some experience in working with my hands. I'm an electrician by trade, and I'm also a qualified gas safe engineer. So I've got some inkling of how to build a basic van, I hope. Famous last words. One thing I've learned today is carpentry is definitely not my trade. So follow along and obviously see some of the chaos that has ensued today. So yeah, a little bit about me anyway. I was in a toxic job for a very, very long time, working and feeding the corporate machine, paying my taxes like a good citizen, not having any money to show at the end of the month, barely living in my rented house, which I am still paying over £1,000 a month for in rent. And it got to the point where I just had a complete burnout back in March. I've left that job now, thankfully, but it was all consuming. Anybody that has worked from home on Teams, the noise when you get a Teams call, I was hearing that in my sleep. I couldn't switch off. I fractured a tooth through grinding my teeth through stress, which I had to have removed last year. And it really got to the point where I was at my very rock bottom. I've brought up my daughter single-handedly for the last 20 years. She'd left home as well. So I guess maybe I was a little bit like, you know, what am I doing? I think everything just came to a head. But the job itself, I was working all the hours God sends, you know, and I was doing myself no favours. I got no thanks for it. And ultimately, I made myself quite ill physically and mentally. So feeling in a much more positive space now. The last 2 months have been a lot of soul searching for me, a lot of procrastination, a lot of over planning, a lot of over analysing to the point where I'm not really moving forward now. So the thoughts and the planning are all very well, but I just thought I cannot wait for a perfect moment to start. I just need to start. So today I've turned over a new leaf. I've already completed all of the dirty work, which I did back in January, February. It was filthy in there. So the plywood floor, unfortunately, I could not reuse. It was just soft. It was deteriorating. It was just a mess. And it smelt as well, to be quite honest, and I did not want that in the van. So I couldn't even use it for a new template, which was a shame because I've been tearing my hair out today over the floor. So so if anybody's got any tips, please feel free to drop in the comments. Any tips for cutting out around those awkward shapes. I've actually purchased a scribe from Amazon, which I think was around £12 or £13, which should be arriving tomorrow, hopefully. So anyway, long story short, I've given myself 2 months to get out of this rented house and 2 months to build the van. I've got an off-grid site, which I've secured, just over £100 a month, 10 minutes down the road. So I will still be close to family and friends, and it will also give me a base essentially while I'm still building, which was something that concerned me. I thought in order to save money, I need to move out of this house. But to do that, I need somewhere to live. And I thought building a van is going to take me 6 months, a year. I didn't know. And I just thought I cannot live in a van and build it at the same time. So I've been racking my brains thinking the only way I can move forward is by freeing up money. But I can't do that, you know. So obviously scrolling socials one day and come across an advert for this community, off-grid community. And it's a fantastic place. Surrounded by woodland, there's a river that runs behind it, absolutely beautiful, and a whole mixture of people. It's a whole community, kindred spirit, I guess, kindred souls, which is something that I'm very much looking for at this point in my life. So yeah, teachers, artists, tradespeople. So that is the way forward for me. I've secured the plot. I've paid for the first month on it. And now I've given myself 8 weeks to get out of this house and make the van habitable. So yeah, this is just me putting it out there in the universe today, because I am so guilty of being in my head to the point I don't do anything. I get frozen, I guess. Like someone said to me, analysis paralysis. That's exactly it. I just overthink and overthink and overthink, and I want everything to be perfect before I even start. But the point was, I wasn't starting because I kept thinking. And I've got to the point today where I've just started. So yeah, I've laid my thermoliner on the floor, 6mm thermoliner, and I've secured my battens down, and they are now sticking with Sikaflex and screws, possibly. I don't know yet if I'm going to screw it to the floor. I'm going to see how it sets overnight. So tomorrow will be all about Kingspan, and then the plywood over it. And I've got a really exciting delivery coming on Friday. I have my new battery coming. I'll talk to you more about the electrical system when it arrives. It's not your bog standard system. As I mentioned earlier, I am an electrician by trade. So I might be able to help some of you guys, with similar ideas. But obviously I want to keep it under my hat for now until I get to that point. But yeah, I had to essentially reinforce the floor today and decide where it was going to go and lock in the layout. So lots and lots of positive movement under this new moon today. It is my birthday today, and it's a new moon, and I thought, what better time to start the channel. I just was so worried about doing it, but this is me holding myself accountable and reaching out to anyone else out there who might find themselves in a similar position. Your children have left home, you were stuck in corporate burnout hell, and you are thinking there must be more to life, and you do not want to work until you're 70 years old and pay into this corrupt system. So yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet today, guys, but I would be absolutely delighted if you would join me on day 2 of my starting over of my Vanifestation Life. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll catch you tomorrow.